Speaker.
Dr. Parmjit Parmar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to take this call on the first reading of the Housing Legislation Amendment Bill. Mr. Speaker, I'm taking a short call to support this bill. To that member who just spoke, Mr. Speaker, yes, people are coming to New Zealand. We are attracting people from all around the world to New Zealand because the economy is doing so well under this national government. Mr. Speaker, unemployment is 5.1%, below 5.5% compared with the earlier year. Mr. Speaker, wages are rising faster than inflation. These are the reasons why people are coming to New Zealand. Mr. Speaker, we are attracting international students to come to New Zealand. We are attracting tourists coming to New Zealand. We are attracting economic migrants, those who are looking for better opportunities. They are coming to New Zealand. Mr. Speaker, it is a contrast to what was happening under the previous Labour government when people didn't want to live here in New Zealand because they couldn't see any scope, they couldn't see any opportunities for themselves and their children here in New Zealand. They were moving overseas, Mr. Speaker, to live and work. And that's why we didn't have this pressure that we are experiencing under this national government. Mr. Speaker, we are a very fortunate country to be in this position where people want to come and live here in New Zealand. Mr. Speaker, we don't have a blame policy like the New Zealand First Party and the Green Party, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, talking about the median house price like the Green member spoke before, Mr. Speaker, the median house price means there are houses of higher and lower value than that price, that is $1 million. Mr. Speaker, that doesn't mean $1 million is the minimum house price. That means it's the median house price. That doesn't mean there are houses not available less than $1 million and houses not available more than $1 million. Mr. Speaker, this government has been working hard to improve supply of houses by signing housing accords, by establishing special housing areas, and also we are very keen to reform Resource Management Act. And that's why, Mr. Speaker, this legislation is important because this is to extend the Housing Accords and Special Housing Areas Act so that more special housing areas can be established as appropriate. So I support this bill and commend this bill to the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker.